Hello, everybody. Welcome to Silent Podcast, the place where everything but silent. I'm your host, Isaiah, and we're back to talk Big Brother 25. I'm here with my co host, as usual, Katie. Real Slim. What's going on?
I feel like I'm stuck in like the I don't know, Groundhog's Day, repeativerse, just keep living the same week over and over again. But I'm
The
good.
repeated verse.
I stole that joke from someone. Shout out to Jill.
but yeah, we're definitely here to talk. Not a long episode this week. Honestly, I think this is a pretty straightforward pod, just like the season's been. It's very one tracked a little bit. Like Katie, how you feeling with BB25 so far?
I have, in all honesty, fallen out of it a little bit. I'm still keeping up. I'm still watching. I still pop on the feeds every now and then, but I'm not glued like I was. I feel like a lot of the chaos is still the same chaos, but nothing ever comes of it. So it just feels. I mean, this week we actually got a little something out of it, but it just feels like I'm living the same week over and over. Like if Jag goes up on the block again, this is a third week Jag in a row. Jag was on the block. Last week was like the third week Cam was on a block, or one of 3 weeks that Cam was on the block. It's like we need a little variety going on here. So it's getting a little stale for me.
Yeah, bro, I'm getting drained. I'm getting
Me
drained.
too.
It's hard because on one side, the strategy isn't always there. I think the entire cast in general is just not that good at strategy. It's fine. Like I think Sari's social game is fun. I think this cast has moments where they're very goofy and
Yeah.
it can be entertaining, but um some of the cast is borderline kind of like unlikable, to be honest. So it's like
Hmm.
that drains me a little bit, and I don't want to complain for like an entire podcast, but
Yeah, I know.
it's also there's just some dumb people in here, bro. Like, wait,
Yeah.
I gotta get my sound effects because that's I gotta reiterate this. There's some dumb people in here, bro. It's tough because like what are you doing? I'm looking at Cam, I'm looking at Jag, I'm looking
Ugh,
at America, I'm looking at everybody.
everybody.
It's really tough. Even shout out to Sari, love Sari, but Sari even making some questionable decisions. So like
Yeah.
I've gone on the board saying this, and I'm gonna reiterate it. This, in my opinion, is probably the worst strategic cast in Big Brother history, and I fully do mean that 100%. I don't know if you echo those feelings, Katie, but I really
Yes.
do.
I really do. I really do. There is not one player in this game. And I don't know if I'm including Suri in that, but she's on the cusp for me that I feel like has a handle of what's like actually going on in the house. Suri just has control because she has like an immediate power up in the game by having Jared run every piece of information back to her. She has Izzy running every piece of information back to her. She still has Felicia giving her all the information, even though Felicia's on the outs now. It's just like, I feel like we are watching just random. I mean, I guess everybody's a random person off the street, but it's like they don't even know the rules of the game. It's just they're not, none of them are strategic, not one. And usually with recruits, like people come in and then they learn a little bit. It's just like these people are like regressing instead of like progressing in the game. So it's just getting, I'm a little tired of it, to be honest. I'm getting tired.
It's officially dead for us here. I'm
A
done.
little.
I'm
I need a
tired.
shake up. I need a shake
Tired.
up.
But
Yes, MC said every day is like 51st dates and they forget all the previous days. And yes, they all have
yeah.
short-term memory loss. It's wild. It's really wild.
you know, and it was entertaining for a little bit where like, all right, oh, they're scrambling every time. Are they going to do something different? I don't know. And they always circle back to the original target. So I'm done. Like
Yeah.
I used to be so invested on like, oh my god, well if they're going to flip, or if they're going to do this, or if they're going to do that. They always do this for like, all right, they come in the week with the target,
Yeah.
unless veto is played. That target always ends up going home, but then they like end up scrambling and all these possibilities get brought up, and then it starts a bunch of chaos, and at the end of the day they end up doing what they
Yeah.
originally came with. And
Yeah.
like, I don't know, even people who like were like on the outs or who get brought in at the end, like they don't like get it. So it's kind of tough. I don't mind the flippy floppiness because like I said, like Big Brother 17, a lot of people, especially as recent, are calling like one of the best modern day seasons. And Vanessa and all that crew were famous of doing that. They were kind of like the contrast of this cast. This cast is one of the worst strategically. In my opinion, that cast is one of the worst socially. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? But the difference is they had at least some kind of entertainment factor keeping me going. Like I've been begging for at least like a house meeting or a
A
fight
fight,
or
please,
something. Like
anything.
these a lot of these people don't even like each other, and that's cool and all, but like say something. Like I'm tired
Yeah.
of like the chatting behind people's backs. Like it's killing me. It's killing me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I agree. It just feels like we're watching people who don't like each other live in a house, but there's no game happening. It's just like
Yeah.
they're kind of shit talking each other. They're talking about like we're seeing couples, which I really don't care. Even like Korea and America, I know the internet stands them. I do not care. I find them both obnoxious, and I don't need to watch them cuddling like 15-year-olds in a bed every night. You guys do you on Twitter. If that's what you guys get off on, that's great. But like, I would much rather see some actual gameplay happening. And there's just nothing to watch. And even if it's like, oh, should we switch the vote to Jag this week because people like him? I don't know. Maybe we should keep it to Red because Red and Cameron are going to be friends again one day soon. It's just like, oh, can we please just get someone else on the block? Can we? I can't wait for Cam to be gone so then we could finally open things up a little bit and have different conversations. But then again, it's just going to go on to America and Corey. Like, I just don't see how it's going to get interesting unless Cam comes back and blindsides us with some really interesting nominations like a Jared or Izzy on the block or a Suri and Jared on the block. I don't even want to see Felicia on the block. One, because I love her, and two, because she's going to get voted out because Suri just decided she doesn't like Felicia anymore. So now Izzy hates Felicia. Everybody hates Felicia. They want her out. So I don't know. I just feel
Now
like
I'm
we're slow rolling to the end here, and nothing's going to change.
now I do want to say like Julie.
You're Matt.
Uh,
That's what Matt called her last week when he voted.
Julie, she alluded to like something's coming up next week, right?
Yep.
And I mean, in my opinion, I've always said that I think that we're going to get a double like in like the last week of well like within like the last weeks of September. I if it's not the week coming up, I thought it was like going to be like 2 weeks from now.
Yeah. I think we
But
have a
if
2-hour episode coming up soon.
that's what I'm saying. Whatever
Yeah.
that is, that's definitely double eviction. Now, like some people think it's a battle back. I don't really co-sign that because one, we just canceled elimination, but two, everyone that's pre-jury has been sent home, so they're not coming back. But I do think we're going to get a double soon. I
Hmm.
hope they don't do a jury buyback because, like, if Jag is an example of like we don't need any more
No.
battle backs, like I'm shocked they even try this again. Like historically, battle back people just go out or they don't learn their lesson, and
Yeah.
it's tough. So, I do think we're going to get a double. Maybe that's what we need to shake it up. But honestly, I'm a little afraid for that because as long as Cam, Blue, Jag, or American are in the house, those are always going to be the
Yeah.
house targets.
Yeah.
They're always going to be the people on the block. So it's like I could be excited for that, but I know what's going to happen. Unless
Yeah.
like Corey or America or someone decides to like win the competition and shake things up. I just don't see it. Even Bowie, I forgot Bowie's in now. She's an easy target for that as well.
Right.
And it's like it's very one sided right now, and if I gotta wait till like Endgame, cool, but like be careful because when Survivor comes here, if I'm checked out, I'm gonna be checked out. So it's like
Yeah.
I need something to pick up, and it's not necessarily even Big Brother's fault. This cast actually, for the first time ever, is at fault. I'm not even blaming production right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we
Well,
loved them. Well, we loved them. Well, yeah. I mean, but we really
yeah,
liked the cast in the beginning. Even at the time of the reveal, it just seemed like
yeah,
it was going to be fun, but we didn't realize how every single one of them was going to be a dud in one way or another. Like, there's just
yeah,
no actual real gameplay happening. I will say Cam is being a little bit cryptic about who his noms are. He's saying it's Jag and Blue, but there's a lot of speculation that it might be someone else. So I'm hoping we get something interesting, but I don't know. Even if the thing is, Sari has such a lock that like no matter if it's her or Jared up next to anybody but each other, then it's a clear cut like the other person's leaving. If it's Jared and Izzy, Izzy's leaving. If it's Sari and Izzy, Izzy's leaving. Like it's just very obvious that Jared or Suri will stay next to anybody that they're sitting next to unless they're sitting next to each other. And no one in this house is putting any of those pieces together because they are not expecting a mother and son to be in the house. And I know a lot of people online are like, how do they not realize they look exactly the same? Because no one's looking for a mother
I'm
and
not
son
looking
to
for
be in
that
the house.
either.
Like, you wouldn't notice
Yeah.
either, audience, if you were in the house. So
Yeah.
yeah, unless you're a stalker like Izzy. So I just, I don't know. And I mean that in a loving
Well,
way. Izzy makes me laugh.
you know, it's also kind of frustrating because there are players like, unfortunately, all right, I'm going to give people some credit. Blue, I think, is actually pretty aware of the house structure, but she doesn't really have any kind of like social capital to do
Right.
anything, so she can't do anything. Or you got like obviously like the options there, you got like people like Cam throwing her up. It's like, all right, like I get it. Or
Mhm.
America has plenty of times wanted to snitch on people, make moves. Corey clips that immediately, doesn't want her to do it. Jag, I don't know what the hell goes through Jag's mind anymore. Izzy's not playing for herself to win.
Yeah.
Mikola is a little too afraid to do anything. Like she's in her own world. Felicia, I think thinks she has a lot more power than she actually has. And then
Hmm.
you got Jared and you got Suri because and Matt to a degree where they're not being targeted, you know. So like they can kind of
Right.
really do whatever they want. Bowie's not going to do anything about it. It's like unfortunately we're in this world where you're unfortunately a lot of these players are either in delusion thinking that like they're running the house and they're in a perfect position, or some people are just kind of just like not in a position to really do what they want to do.
Yeah.
So you know it's really going to come down to like comps, specific weeks. Unfortunately, and I hate to say this, but it might come down to a twist in the future. Like I just don't know what's going
Yeah.
on, but this is definitely going to be one of the biggest steamrolls ever. Like, like
I'm honestly
we're getting.
begging for a Dire Fest right now. Split this
Oh,
house up.
God,
Give it
don't
to us.
tell them
I
that
don't
because they
care.
will do it. They will
Do
do
it. I want them to do it. At least as much as it sucked last season to watch it, it gave us a pretty big eviction. It made Kyle completely heel turn into like a full villain, even though we already knew he was a villain. But like he let his villain, his villain colors shine. Like give us something, please. Like anything, something needs to happen to shake this up.
And that's why I'm frustrated because I'm like, all right, at least send Jack home. You guys wasted the power as well to do what Cam was about to do 2 weeks ago.
And now we just have to keep reliving it over
Like,
and over
yo,
and over and over and over.
oh my god. David in the chat asks, do we think Blue remembers that Jared's mom is in the game? I think she doesn't remember.
She
She
probably doesn't.
knows.
Maybe she
Yeah,
forgot.
but I don't know. She has to know. But like she probably thinks Suri or Felicia or whoever she thinks Jared's
I think
mom
she
is
knows
on their
it's
side.
Suri now, but I just don't think she, because she said like, "Oh, that's your secret. Like, why do I care?" or whatever. What did she say? Like, what does that matter? Why does that matter to me? I don't even think she realized like how huge of an advantage that
Yeah.
is. So
Oh,
I
I
don't
just
think she even
saw
thinks to do
Joseph's
anything.
thing. I mean, on top of all that, then you got all this foolishness with like, obviously Luke got kicked out, and then Jared with the R word. I just don't have the patience to even
Hmm.
discuss that. I've been seeing some of these other. I've seen a lot of crazy stuff over social media. Basically, that's all I gotta say. So I'm drained. Basically, all in all I gotta say is you like it's not you. We're not children, y'all. Like y'all know what's good and what's not. I'm not going to be high key. And you know, I originally was like, get Luke out the house, and Luke should have been kicked out the house. But
Yeah.
honestly, at this point, I feel like just like we shouldn't have actually kicked anyone out the house. Let these people get like canceled and then like let them make an ass of themselves.
Yeah.
Because now I think the fan base thinks that they have like a lot more power than they have. I don't even want to talk about social media in general because y'all are also draining me from this season. So I'm not going to give y'all the attention you're looking for. But all in all, not good stuff all around from
Yeah.
Jared, Luke, and whoever Christmas Abbott. I saw you in them comments going to
No.
she there was a lot of people in like,
Oh.
oh, didn't we kick? I saw a previous winner talking about that. I
Oh
was like,
yeah, that I saw.
I don't even want to talk about it, but you know who you are.
A
Um,
highly regarded winner.
okay.
Mhm.
But yeah, this cast is draining me. But that's my negative rant. I don't want to go on and make it sound like a
Mhm.
draining rant this whole time. Good stuff. Is there any good stuff, Katie?
Well, there's some good stuff in the chat. David says that hot take, split house is a good twist and helps break up the majority alliance, and that's what I'm saying. Let's throw it in. Let's get some people broken up. It broke up the leftovers last year. Maybe it'll break up whatever the real alliance is this week. If it's Seven Deadly Sins, if it's Brown Sugar Babes, if it's I guess the Bye Bye Bitches don't exist anymore. I don't really know, but let's. I would love to see something get shaken up.
Yeah.
Um, is there anything good this week? I am not rooting for Cam. I want Cam to go. If he does something interesting this week, I was kind of rooting for chaos, and I thought that America or Cam would be the most chaotic HOH, and we have Cam. I thought Cam would be a chaotic HOH last time, and he was not, so maybe we will get a little bit of chaos this week since he was completely blindsided. Honestly, I don't really have a ton of like praise to give the last couple of weeks. Like I just we've been going with the motions. There's nothing good to say about the comp from last night. The one good thing is that we got an HOH at the end of the episode, and we got a
Mm.
pretty incredible reaction to Cam winning HOH with everybody just like openly pissed, which was really hilarious. And there's like clips of just like him celebrating by himself and going like, "Hey, yeah," but it's just so cringe. It's just so cringe. But the comp was one of the worst comps I think I've ever seen on Big Brother last night.
Name that too. Yeah,
Name that toot.
what the hell? Like, what's
Yeah.
going on?
Yeah,
Like
rough.
this was that comp was the perfect example of like, all right, I want to convince like a friend or a family member to get into Big
Yeah.
Brother.
You should
How
watch this
do
episode.
how do I explain this to someone? Like,
I wish we
this
had
is
Carrie on this week so she could be like,
yeah.
"Are there really comms called Name That Toot?" Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, hey guys, like I spend all week watching these people compete in the
Yep.
chat for and how they get the HOH. They have to identify the colors of farts that
Yeah.
were green screen on videos. That's how
Yeah.
I do it. Like
We're in the Humiliverse this week
mind blown.
because we watched the show.
Talking about questionable production decisions. What the hell? What was like? You guys are feeding Jared like clues to America
Yeah.
and stuff. What's going on there, man?
He
What's going
literally
on?
said on the feeds like, "Well, now that I went in the DR or whatever, I think, I'm going to target America." I just I mean, what a I don't
Like,
even
what's
know what to
going
say.
on?
As if
What's
he doesn't
going
have enough
on?
of an advantage having his mom in the house. Now he has the DR feeding him information too, or
Very
asking him leading
shady.
questions or whatever. So it's a mess. It's a
We see you,
mess.
production. We see you.
We see you.
Um. Also, how do you feel about this hoax? And we don't gotta spend too much time on it. But the
Okay.
vote last night with
Yeah.
Cam. I mean, sorry,
Corey.
Corey. He his voice said he voted red, but the way I looked at it, it looked like he said Jag, and I'm like, that's a little
I didn't see
weird.
it. This to me is like the Laurel Yanny and the blue dress
The
or the
lips
gold
didn't
dress.
read it.
I didn't think it was as blatant. And Zach, I guess, said that he has a speech impediment with the way that he says his R's. So maybe that's why it looked. I didn't. I heard red for sure.
What? Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
I
heard
heard
red.
red
Yeah,
too. Everybody heard
yeah,
red,
yeah.
but the lips didn't line up with the name. Everybody heard red. We're
I
like,
don't
why are
know.
the
Maybe it
lips?
wasn't a live eviction.
That's a little weird. That's all I'm saying.
Maybe
Like,
it wasn't
why
live.
the voice? Like, I have to get the clip at some point, but the lips did not line up with what he was
Yeah.
saying. So I'm like, is this really live? Like this is a little
Maybe it wasn't.
shady.
Yeah, do we
Little
know for
shady.
sure? Was anybody in the audience? Can you guys tell us if it was live on
I'm gonna have
TV?
to ask Sharon Tharp or something
Mm,
because like
mm-hmm.
in fact here I got it on the screen real quick. Like I have to just because I don't want to feel like I'm crazy, you know. And you know, no, I'm not even gonna go too hard on this. Like I don't want to do a slow mo and all this, but look at this real quick.
Okay, let's see.
Corey isn't part of either major alliance. Who does he think is best to keep for his game?
We'll go
So
slow
so wait
mo.
after this. Hold up.
Corey, please cast your vote to evict. I vote to evict red.
Now
Okay.
look.
Well, okay,
Now
hold
look.
on.
Now look. I'm telling you, I'm not crazy.
Corey, please cast your vote to evict. I vote to evict red.
What the hell is that?
Okay. I see a J, but I also see an ed at the end. Like he doesn't say ag, but he
Bruh.
does say a J in the beginning. But it doesn't end in an.
I vote to evict red.
Like that's
You
weird.
know, I'm stumped. Honestly, I'm stumped.
It's weird. It's very weird.
But he would have been talking about it in the House and been like, "How is the vote this and this? Like, I didn't vote that way."
I guess.
Maybe he made a mistake. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's taped to air. Maybe he made a mistake, said Jag, and was like, "No, no, no, I meant to vote red. Like, can we redo it?"
He
And they
would
just
do
like pasted
good.
the.
You know those like illusionists that like throw their voice to the other side of the room or something, or like a
Yeah.
ventriloquist.
Yeah,
He would do good at
ventriloquist.
that. Yeah, that's what we should be going for.
It
But
is weird.
yeah, I don't know what's up with that. That bothered me. But what are you gonna do? That's gonna be like the next Helen was pushed.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's gonna be the new conspiracy.
What are you
Sari.
liking this season so far? What are your bright spots?
That's a good question. Felicia's fun. Okay, I think that's fun. I like Felicia. Yeah.
Izzy's fun too.
I don't like Izzy. And you know, I don't mind Izzy as a person, but Izzy's like here you got me raining again, but Izzy is the worst type of casting you can do, because why are you here?
Right.
Like, you put your job on pause, I'm assuming. You left your family, everything, just to come here, not to compete for yourself. Why are you here?
Yeah.
There's so many people who try out for the show, and you're telling me you're just going to give it up for nothing. Like, I just don't understand that. Unless she pulls some kind of crazy Steve Moses, the show hasn't shown me that she has any ambitions of doing that. She's like Mike Boogie to Dr. Will right now.
Yeah,
like, she's laying on a sword. But what are you going to do? I can see her being very hurt when she gets eliminated, because I don't see her making final 3. I don't think Jared wants her that far. So we'll see how that goes. But
I would love for her to. I want Suri to get annoyed with her and tired of her and have her start to feel it and then blow up the secret. I know it's never going to happen, but I also feel like if she did blow up the secret, no one in the house actually cares.
Oh, Suri likes working with annoying people because she knows the power in that, you know?
Right.
I still think Suri is going to build a very bitter jury. I will say that.
I think
so
too.
I'm here for the ride. Listen, I think Suri, shout out to Suri. Like I know, unfortunately, people are blaming her for making the game boring, and you know, unfortunately, it's not her fault that
I don't
she's
think
in the
it's
house
her
full
fault.
of duds.
Yeah,
you know?
I think it's the fact that everybody else is too dumb to realize what's going on around them.
Exactly.
I don't think it's her fault. It's like traitors all over again.
Had she not been in this season, we would have had to sit here and watch the same exact thing. Instead, it would have been Jag, in Riley, in Cam, and Blue. That would have been the alliance running the house, and we would have had watch Level 6 Part 2. You know, I think Felicia would have been gone by now. Izzy would have been gone. A lot of these people would have been gone by then.
For sure.
But yeah, like I don't mind Suri. I think Suri is playing an all-time, specifically with social, like an all-time Big Brother game. I think she's going to be in conversations after this, but still a very flawed player, you know, and I hope people are aware of that, because I remember weeks ago people were like, she's in the conversations for best of all time. Don't disrespect Dan Giesling like that ever again. I don't care if I sound like a fan, cut it out.
No, I agree. I mean, Dr. Will too, I think blows her away. I mean, I think all the, you know, the people that are in the conversation as the best Big Brother players blow Suri away at this point. And not everybody can be a Dr. Will and not win competitions and win the game. I don't feel like Suri has any strategy behind not winning competitions. She just is not good at competitions. And I think at the end of the day, this jury is, if she's up next to Jared's been in power, he's exercised power. There was a blindside, even though he's pretending like he was also blindsided. I mean, he could speak to that at the end of the game, where Suri, everything she's doing is behind the scenes, and like she's gonna have to win a competition at some point and be an HOH and make some moves out in the open.
I see people in the future potentially like almost like saying that like she's dumb for letting Jared win, but you know, she's okay with that. Like, are you guys shocked that a mother is okay with her son winning Big Brother? Like, I'm not, you know? So
but that begs the question of like, why are you here? Same thing.
The same exact thing as I said, for one of the Fields family members to win money. Like that was the goal. We like I'm sorry if I'm in there with a family member, I'm on the same type time because at least someone's getting the money because I'm getting some of that. So
Depends on the family
yeah,
member.
yeah, but like a mom and son, like, come on now, So it's like I'm not shocked. I don't know why
Hmm.
a lot of people are shocked about this, but yeah, family members are going to want to keep each other. We saw literally the most dysfunctional father-daughter
Yeah.
relationship ever go to the final two. Like it's going to happen.
Hmm.
But there's still a lot of game to play. There's still a whole way to go. I think it's going to be down to Suri and Jared at some point having to pick a side, because what's crazy is that Suri is distinctly at one side, but like she looks like she's the nucleus, while Jared, which like Jared or not, because obviously Jared, he has his problems, and he, rightfully so, people don't have to like the guy because dude's had a pretty wild season, the cheating and I was like, I get it. I'm not a Jared defender. I'm not a Jared Stan, but he's not playing a bad game at either.
No, he's not.
Like I think a lot of people think he's playing a horrible game because, oh, he's telling people and dropping hints about Suri. First of all, this cast is very dumb. They would have
Yeah.
been by now. I don't think
Mhm.
a lot of people even knew who Suri was coming into here.
That's the problem.
I'm not going to call people dumb for not knowing Survivor stuff because they're on Big Brother at the end of the day,
And they don't even know who Big
Um,
Brother players are at the end of the day.
exactly.
Half of these people. So
Yeah, like I'm not going to get mad at that, but also Jared throughout this entire season has been seen as like the middle, and no one's doing anything about it. Like
right.
even Cam was like, "Oh, there's only 3 people who got blindsided this week. It was me, Bowie, and Jared." Which is, I'm like, "Yo,
Yeah.
like
and he's talking
not...
to Jared as if he's like, it's the three of them now. Him, Jared, and
exactly.
Bowie. Like, that's the three. And I'm like, oh my God, Jared's really getting away with this.
Right,
On his
like,
it was his HOH. He put you up, and he is not. It doesn't seem like he's at risk for going up on the block. When the easiest noms for Cameron could be Felicia and Jared, they both put him on the block. Like,
yeah,
it's
like ultimately, like I see a lot of people calling him like one of the worst players ever. I'm like, just because he's not managing the secret of his mom being in a game, like I agree that's bad, but everything else is pretty solid, which is unfortunate because I don't think Jared is that good of a player. So I don't know if I'm crediting him or is it like the cast is just that bad, But
yeah.
Overall, like he's not doing terrible by any means, and I mean I still think that there's a huge shot that we see Jared as the winner at some point, So something to keep your eye on. I don't know what Nicole's doing. I think a lot of people are giving her a lot of unwarranted gas. I love Nicole, trust and believe. I like the DR rants. I like all that. But Nicole and Felicia specifically are just putting so much stock in this group, even though they don't really trust Izzy and Suri. They keep putting stock into this group, and they're not moving around or doing anything differently, which is bothering me. Like even last night they were like, oh, due to the intel I just got, I'm going to vote this way, and it's like, why not just try to shake it up? Like
right.
in my opinion, if I'm getting something last second, I'm supposed to be in the middle of this alliance, that's going to put something off in my mind, like, yo, it's time to flip on these people. Like you guys have been complaining about them for weeks, and you're not doing anything about it. I'm talking about Nicole and Felicia, MC. But
I think Felicia's the one that said it when she was voting, right?
Yeah, and you could tell Nicole didn't like that either. But like, what are you gonna do, man? Like it was literally Nicole's idea to be like, maybe we should take this person out instead because I see Jag and Matt very close, and it's just like, it's just kind of frustrating to see people who are very capable of doing good, but like they are so comfortable at this point, like they're ignoring their intuitions and they're just like, I'm feeling this way, but nah, it's fine. You like come on now.
It almost feels like they know that Suri is calling the shots and she's in the middle of everything. I mean, they all pretty much know at this point, right? But they're not the targets of her right now.
So they don't care.
Corey, some of the others, so they don't care, and they're just going to let it happen. Instead of right now is when they have the numbers to go against Suri if they wanted to. If they, regardless of how they feel about Cam, if they wanted to make some deals with Cam and share some things with him and say, this is the week you need to take a big shot. Even the campaigning that's happening is not like game campaigning. Blue is just like, I'm not gonna have the numbers if I'm up against, and I'm like, talk about the game. Like that doesn't matter. He's obviously, you're inconsequential to him because if you're on the block, that means you could go home. Look what just happened to red. So like he doesn't care about that. Let's like use some game sense and try and actually play and do something about it now instead of waiting until it's too late to do something. But none of them are really interested in that. So
yeah, so ultimately, I think we're going to see Jag and Blue nominated within the next few hours. If it hasn't happened already.
Yeah, I just checked. I don't see anything yet.
And I believe allegedly, due to Cam's like crypticness, he's allegedly looking at America as a backup target now. How legit is that? I don't know. But America and Corey, I've lost a lot of faith in as well. And even, I'm not going to go too deep into this because, like I said, controversy. But, America spent all last week talking about how Cam is like making her uncomfortable and all this stuff. And then literally today, she's like, you know what? I actually really like Cam. I miss talking to Cam. We had a lot of good conversations. I only stayed away from Cam because you told me not to talk to him and distance myself, Corey. But I actually
She said that to Corey? I didn't see that.
Who did she say it to?
I don't know. I didn't see it. I didn't.
I'm from what I read.
Yeah.
Either that's what happened. Like I said, take it with a grain of salt. I didn't see it on feeds, but if it's true, what's going on? Like that's why. Fellow stands, do not fight over these people that you do not know because they will change their mind in a second. Okay, I've taken that stance for years. Stay with it. But Corey is just distracted. I don't even know what Corey's plan is in this game anymore. America, I think, still wants to play. But she is also just like not a good player. So it's like, what are you going to like? Is this the hill we're dying on? Are these the underdogs everyone's rooting for? Because I'm not. Like I'm done. I'm off. The train has sailed. The boat has sailed. I'm off of it. I'm tired of it. America is lying that she likes Cam. Do we have a confirmation about that? I don't know if it's true or not. Like I said, I gotta watch the feeds. Maybe we get another feed.
Yeah, I didn't see the conversation, so I don't know, and I don't know the context. So
take it with a grain of salt. Alleged. Big words, allegedly. But and speaking of allegedly, if you allegedly want to support us even more, you can definitely check out our Patreon and definitely support, or you can super chat. We always appreciate all that stuff. But I don't know. This is something, but I'm feeling we're getting another Suri side pit, and we're just here. What would happen for Isaiah to get back on that said hill? Nothing, because I'm not on anyone's hill, to be honest with you. I'm just here for the ride. So every once in a while you'll get me standing someone. It's been a while. Spicy V was the last person I stand. Kuzi, I was actually.
That's not true. You stand Santina.
I love Santina. Santina and Kuzi were amazing. Shout out both of them. Don't all the people Big Brother Cannon
11. People get triggered.
I don't.
People are still talking about it.
BB Cannon 11 was great TV. I don't care what anyone says. But you know what? I ain't gonna lie. I loved Taylor and I love the cookouts. I'll say that I definitely I stand them too. But like crazy obsessed. Like I'll go to war for those people. Okay, but outside of that, like you don't really see me rooting for people. Like every other once in a blue moon, like you'll get someone I'm like, oh yeah, like I like this energy, but it's tough, man. This cast, I don't see a lot of people I want to see back. I'm not gonna lie. I just want to see Hisam. You love Hisam. Yes, I love Hisam. I mean, like,
did you see Hisam's Instagram stories? He was reposting all the tweets that people were posting last night about about how his Hisam's curse and how he must be home laughing right now that they can't get Cam out. And he was just like reposting everything.
He's hilarious.
Yeah.
He's hilarious.
He was going too soon.
Hisam, maybe Felicia. If Sari ever feels like playing again, I'd love it, but I think she's done after this. I don't really want to see anyone back. Sorry, America, Corey fans out there. I can't do
Corey
it.
is just a really, and I know people are going to get upset about this.
He's not
but
a bad guy. I'm just
no,
bored.
I don't have a problem with him. I just don't think he's a good player, and I think
Yeah.
he's getting because fans on Twitter really like Zach. They're because he's funny on Twitter and he seems like a good dude. Obviously, he was like the first one out, and he's has a good spirit about it and has a good sense of humor. They're like putting that onto Corey, so they're rooting for him extra hard. But Corey has not given us a thing to root for. I'm sorry, his game is not good, and he's completely stopped even playing for the most part, just to lay in bed all day with America and like tickle each other or whatever the fuck they're doing. And like we're like, please kiss me. No, I can't kiss you. I can only spoon you. And it's just like I don't need the feeds on this all the time. I don't care about this. I just wake up and play the game. Just wake up and play the game. That's it. Just wake up. You're not going to get a chance to do this again. You're a fan. Play the game.
Yeah.
Imagine being the one that took out Suri. He knows what that would mean. Like, I'm sure he knows that he would get hate for it, but like being like, yeah, I made the move that took out Suri, who was like owning the house. He doesn't
like
even care.
I said, I think he's trying to Steve Moses this thing, but on top of that, Steve Moses this thing with a showman, and I don't know if that's gonna work. You know,
Yeah.
Natalie, very funny. Yeah, Felicia was singing in her sleep. That was funny.
I love Felicia. I do.
The people keep catching Felicia keeps catching strays, but I love Felicia.
I know.
Yeah, I don't have a clip up,
Yeah,
but
do we have the clip? I actually didn't. I read it on Twitter, but I didn't see it.
I don't have the clip up, but it was very funny for sure.
All right, I'll have to go find it.
But yeah, I don't. Do we have anything else we want to talk about, Katie? I don't really. I don't know.
Who do you want to see nominated this week?
I want to see Izzy go up, bro. Like, I think Izzy is a hindrance to me because, and you know, you can work with whoever you want, you can do whatever you want, but if you're not here to play for yourself, then why are you here at all? It's bothering me. You're willingly being a tool of destruction. I feel like it's crazy. I feel like Suri, and it's great. This is the season. This is Big Brother 19 without the bullying.
Yeah.
And I think Suri is the Paul, Izzy is the Josh. And Jared's the Christmas.
Izzy win in our future?
No, it's not happening. I'm sorry. But hell no, that's not happening. If Izzy wins this season, she, in my opinion, is one of the worst winners of all time. And she's actually not that way to go. And she's actually not that bad of a player. I just can't stand her. Sorry, you know what?
Chaos.
Let me rephrase it. She'll be one of my least liked winners of all time because she's so annoying. Like Josh was annoying, but he was cracked. So I'm like, you know what?
She was cracked in the beginning, but not in the same way.
But she's just like, oh, I fucking hate this person.
Yeah. Tell them you hate them. Give us something interesting.
This person, like, where is it?
I want to fuck them up. That's what I want.
That's like so unserious. Josh was at least going around in a tutu banging pots and pans. I'm like, what the hell is this? Like Marco was hitting with the pot. Like that was hilarious to me. But like like it's seasons like that in this. I'm like, why do I watch this show? But like I'm tired of Izzy, but I also can see Izzy winning HOH. Izzy's gotten runner up like almost every challenge at this point.
Last two.
So we'll see.
I sent the clip in the private chat of Felicia singing.
Oh, okay. I'll play it for you. You guys want this Felicia clip? Hold up.
This is my first time hearing it. I haven't heard it.
Oh, you have? Give me. All right, I'll put it on the screen now. I just heard the first few seconds and it started laughing. All right, here we go.
Hey, yeah.
Is she singing? Yeah, I get.
Yeah,
Corey. It sounds like she's saying no, like she's like yelling no.
What is going on?
Why is it? Wake her up and be like, "Are you okay?"
I feel like, what the hell? I was like, I'm not sleeping in a room with this woman again.
No, that's crazy. Wake her up. I would.
Oh
wake her
my
up.
God, that was crazy.
You have to ask if she's okay. That was wild.
That like, oh man, like that's like another level to sleep talking. Like that's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know if that was singing.
Your guess is better than mine.
I don't know.
Where is it?
Damn it.
It's inappropriate.
My queen.
My
queen.
All right. I don't have anything else to talk about, Katie. I think we're good.
Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're just in for the same week for the third or fourth week in a row. So we'll be here again next week to talk about it.
All right. Well, if you enjoy what you like, please check out and follow all of our social media pages. If you like this audio version, please rate it 5 stars and all that other fun stuff like comment, subscribe. Thank you, Replay crew. By the way, we see you all the time. Please subscribe, and like, and comment. We're like 10 subs from let me see, 1,000. Sorry, we're
3,000?
10 from 2.60k. Sorry, 2.60k. So 2,600 subs. So we're almost there. So
almost.
definitely get all that stuff in. But Katie, thank you so much for joining me. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at RealSlimKatie. You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/RealSlimKatie with an underscore at the end. And you can find me here on Silent Podcast talking about Bravo with Carrie on Pod What Happens Live. I'm here every Friday talking Big Brother with Isaiah and crew. And what else am I doing? Oh, the challenge. TJ Hates Quitters with Josie. We took last week off for Labor Day, but we'll be back this week. And I will be joining Javier next week to talk about Love is Blind After the Altar for season 4. So check us out there.
I can't. I try to watch it and I'm just like, I give up. I
haven't watched it yet, so I'm gonna watch it maybe.
I'm so tired of Love is Blind. Like, it feels like a chore now. I just can't.
Yeah.
But listen, y'all gonna kill it. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to check me out too, follow me on all platforms at 8Ball Bangers. Like I said, you follow. Every Friday, we'll be here to talk about Big Brother. I believe our exit interview with Red will be on Monday, so keep an eye out for that. If you are into Survivor, first and foremost, shout out to Brandon Dolan. He was on our hap with Mike Bloom, and he shouted out one of our podcasters, Gia Worthy's podcast, Fiji Forever. That is on our YouTube channel. So listen, we getting some motion, but make sure you check out that, because I believe me and Gia and Josh Kettles are going to do some kind of Big Brother content for the season coming up. So Survivor content's coming up. And lastly, for anyone who is an anime fan as myself, who likes One Piece, me and Grace Leader and Sarah Beth over at Post Show Recaps talked about the One Piece live action series just in the series recap. It was very fun. I loved every second of that show, so make sure you check it out. But until next week, have a good one. Bye.